Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world, and thank you for joining us today for another Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. My name is MK, I'll be your caster and cameraman for today, and I am not running solo, I am running with a long friend and inspiration to my intro, Elliot. How you doing, my friend?
Thank you, MK. I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing quite alright, my friend. It's been quite some time since we've got the opportunity to join up with a game and do a cast. It's been over a year, and it's an absolute honor to be next to you again, doing Aquilax, playing up against Team Fortune today. 1 through 4 uncarried off, and I'm excited, Elliot.
So am I. I think we're going to be going live pretty soon. I certainly hope we're going to be going live pretty soon. And in fact, we are going live almost imminently. Let's do a very quick roster rundown, shall we? Do you want to take Aquilax?
I will do my best. We got Caution Identity, iPat, and DDA. And why don't you take away Fortune for us if you can figure that middle one out for us?
On Fortune, we have C1, Lucas, Mika, and Rochelle.
I like that one. That's the best way I could do it too. But here we go. We're no hesitation here, Elliot. And we have a Hunter, Jockey, Boomer, Spitter, opening attack 2-2. Not the worst, but also not the best.
Definitely want to charge here if you can get one, but oh, that is a dead jockey immediately from Identity. Hunter lands. We're gonna get a bit of spit damage onto Nick, but pretty clean take from Fortune on this first hit.
And interesting here, Elliot. They choose to hold the Spitter instead of go for the quad try before tank. Usually that's like the best time to give it out. And I don't know, what do you think about that, holding the Spitter instead of going for the quad try just because you don't get that 2-2 afterwards?
I don't mind a spit on a relatively low ping game. I think quads are definitely much harder to land. This is all the players in the server on about 100 ping, so quads can be pretty inconsistent. That said, this is a pretty hard place to land any sort of damage as SI, so we'll have to see how Aquilax set it up. Tank's up in like 2%, ready to go now. The Spitter's just dead. Alright, DDA jumped in the water, and Tank is up.
He had the plan. He knew what was going on more than us, apparently, Elliot. But he chooses to suicide the Spitter, and no quad coming in. They're very healthy right now, but there has only been one hit pretty much so far.
Yeah, 3 of the survivors are still on 5 punches. I think if you are AQX, you probably want to send another hit, try and get some of the survivors down to 4 punches. Forklift is not in the worst spot, but he is going to get chipped going for it. Hunter does go in. Nice pounce from DDA.
Oh!
And the rock lands. And the boom. Lands the arc onto Ellis. Well, that is one way of getting Rochelle off 5 punches. The forklift is... Alright, well, the forklift is completely gone. He overhit that one slightly. And knowing that, the survivors might choose to stay forward here. There is no hittable.
Yeah, I think pushing forward probably would be the play here, Elliot. I think if they back up, they just give the tank opportunity for more hittables.
Looks like they are going to back up. Yeah, I would have stayed forward, I think, if it were my call, but they are going to try and get a lot of chip on him on the commit. He's down to 5k already. Jockey, Hunter, Smoker, so a good set for the SI. And as you mentioned, there is that other alarm car hittable behind the survivors here, if the tank can get to it. Which he's going to go straight for it, I think. 2 hittables. Got the alarm and the second one, and the survivors are going to try and push forward here. Oh! Oh! Oh my goodness. So close on both of those hittables, but an inch is as good as a mile when you miss, and the survivors could just go all the way to the safe room here. This iPad is 20% second past, and he's only got 3,000 health left. He's going to go AI, MK.
Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, he gave him rage. I don't think he's going to get... I think it's AI, Elliot, like you said. Oh, man.
Oh dear, and the survivors know it's AI. They are gonna... Is Tank gonna do anything? Does get a punch on the shot. Gets one, and then does go down. That is a one-punch tank from iPad. Oh, and the rock.
Yeah,
One
so
punch and one rock.
they get 2 hits of damage worth and a little bit from the SI, but all said and done here, I believe that tank came out to about 16% total damage with the SI. Not a lot, but they get a good separation.
Nice.
Oh, this could be big, Elliot. The Spitter
Big
just chooses
boomer
not to
stumble as
block,
well.
though. Hello?
Spitter and Hunter aren't able to delay. So they do get the clear. Still, big damage coming out. The Hunter had pre-spawned inside and got Uzi skated by F7.
And they almost doubled down in damage. They actually doubled down in damage from that. They went from 78% down to 60 with that one hit like that, and it was a 2-2. Saying, who really needs the tank there, Elliot? We just need 2 cappers, and we'll get the damage done. And here they get him the back one. The boomer lands. One slam comes out, gets cleared, and that is not on the DB. It's not open yet, but it's really close there. One more hit would have opened up the damage bonus.
Coach has gone slow. That is much better from Aquilax. Past couple of hits, definitely capitalizing on a little bit too much go-go from the survivors, just leaving Coach in the back twice, getting jockeyed and then smoke charged. So bringing it back, the bonus is about 50%, 455, which for this map is good, but not amazing.
Boomer.
Boomer lands on the one.
Oh, it's a proxy stumble. If they go here, though, they might be able to blitz safe room, but it looks like it doesn't matter. They're going here no matter what. That Hunter has committed to this attack here, Elliot.
Yeah,
Really gets skeeted.
Committed. What is he doing?
He figured it out. He figured it out, Elliot. He got it.
He did.
But I'm trying to be as optimistic as I can here with this Charger all by himself, but it's going to be very difficult for DDA to find some damage with this Charger. He's going to try. Oh, he gets it.
Did he get it? Yeah, he did.
He got 10 damage, yep.
He got 10.
So Elliot, what looks like was going to be a disaster for Aquilax, after the tank died, they had 78% bonus, and they still managed to get it down to 44. I think that's probably a win for Aquilax, considering what happened to the tank in my scenario, just from my point of view.
You're definitely very happy. That could have gone a lot worse for the infected that round.
He wasn't doing a very good job once
The
he
question
became a
now
zombie,
is, can Aquilax match with their survivor? Like I said, this is a fairly easy map, I would say, with that tank spawn in particular. This is a fairly easy map for survivors, so I think Aquilax are going to be looking to try and take the lead here. 50+% bonus is very achievable.
And also we got a shout out to Athena for threatening to kill people in chat. Very, very nice, very nice. And doesn't and doesn't bring cookies when she says, just saying. I was offered cookies by Athena and she didn't bring any when invited, so I don't know how you feel about that, Elliot, but I don't like being offered cookies and don't get them. It's very offensive, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me coming from her one little bit. All talk and no walk.
I thought it was just me, but I appreciate you backing up the claims. But there we go. We're going to get a one boom out there while Athena watches us. Maybe she'll send us some cookies. But the jockeys and Hunter are going to both go in. And the Hunter finds a target. Look at that spit spread up the stairs onto DDA. And that is a god spit spread there, Elliot, if I've ever seen one. Wow.
Yeah,
all the way up the stairs.
He's looking annoyed. That was a real spread and a half, and very aggressive from the infected. They just sent that hit. They didn't wait for the survivors to get inside at all, and it worked. They got, over 20 damage on DDA.
Ooh,
Are they going to send another hit? They do. Alright, the Charger doesn't. But he gets a punch.
I thought for a minute Rochelle was going to be a little overzealous there and walk into that charge, possible of a death charge, but he did stop there. Elliot got a little nervous, but iPad's not going to let that happen. Being a veteran in the game.
Again. He has been, I think it was death jockeyed off that bridge in a match before.
And alright.
Tank is up in the hands of F7. Wait, they're all F7. In the hands of C1.
Well, you had a 25% chance of being right, so you're definitely somewhat correct there.
I mean, technically, 100% is they're all F7.
This is true, this is true. Looks like they're just going to go for a sack. Interesting though, Elliot. They kill the smoker first, then the boomer. That means they're not going to have a smoker for the commit.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. No smoke is probably not ideal. They're gonna have Charge Hunter Jockey. I don't think that's really the set that you want. Tank has given up on his hittable. Looks like he's just gonna have to commit raw. No forklift.
Thank you, R-Wolf, for the raid, my friend. But I think Aquilax is gonna back up too here. I think it's because they can firing squad him. Oh, he gets the early punch. This is big here, Elliot. It's God frame punch though. They clear it slow. That's smart. One punch counts there. Oh, he gets a double punch. There is a charger up front. Oh, he incaps him. That might be a death, Elliot. They might not be able to pick him up. The tank is going to try to get a corner here. He can't move left or he's death punched. He has to stay there in the corner. And they will kill him.
Caution. He knows.
Yep.
He's not going to get death punched.
But the question is, can they pick up iPad or is he dead?
We'll find out. I think they can get him.
Look at you laying there.
Oh, that's big. That would have been a big turn of events, Elliot, if they could not get him up.
Anytime.
Alright, all good. Crisis averted. So, but still, good damage. 6 punches from that tank. Aquilax have 530 bonus. Fo7tune made it in with just under 400, so
Ooh, and then
they can win the round here, but they don't. They have to take very little damage. Nice skeet.
Beautiful, Elliot. Beautiful skeet. Good sack order by the infected. That's the only good thing that came from that hit, to be honest with you. No damage. And they do find those extra pills, Elliot, so iPad doubles up, so does Caution. The bonus dips back up to 62.6%. So as far as point of valuation after the tank, it looks like it's in favor still for Fortune, but they're not taking damage, Aquilax, from the SI, so it looks like they're poised to win this round.
This has to be the hit from Fo7tune, and chest bump from the charge. That's so unlucky, but he is going to get quite a few punches, and the spitter wasn't ready. Still, that is another 50 bonus off. That would have been so huge if the charger didn't chest bump on the jockey guy.
Yeah, unfortunate. You hate to see it, but when you're going to take the jock guy, you got to give a little bit of space so you don't brick wall. Shout out to
I think he was trying to get one of the survivors behind the jockey guy and just
accident.
Got, body blocked. Yeah.
Are they going to quickly send spawns in here? I think they wanted to try to get 2 hits before safe room, but I don't think anything can really get in the middle there. There's no advantageous spawns for the special infected, and okay, they're going to go anyways here. Boomer come from the back, not going to land. And the jockey's just going to retreat, and I think it's just going to be 3 before they go in, and Aquilax is going to win the round, barring a catastrophe.
It's just going to be the 3. No spit. Charge Hunter Jockey. Never mind, Hunter. Sorry, Charger Jockey. Oh, they do get the door close in time. That was close. Okay.
So Aquilax is going to have a slight point delta after 1. But I would have to say right now, I would think from what we've seen after 1 chapter, Elliot, I would have to say Aquilax has definitely taken the SI hits much better than Fortune. But it seemed like at the current moment that Fortune has up on tank damage. That seems to be the sway at the moment.
That is definitely the summary of map 1. It looks like this is shaping up to be a pretty competitive game. Now, I do know Aquilax know this map very well. And this Carried Off is the kind of map where map knowledge makes a big difference, depending on which tank spawns you get, depending on where you want to play the event. It definitely can make a huge difference in terms of performance. So I don't know very much about Fo7tune. If they are super comfortable with this map as well, then fantastic. But I do think in a vacuum, Aquilax have an advantage in terms of map knowledge.
Yeah, I definitely do. I definitely do agree.
Probably make all the difference.
Yeah, I definitely do agree for the sheer fact that I'm not familiar with Fortune as much, and I know Aquilax play this map quite a bit, as this was one of the maps that we've scrimmed them back with that team I was talking to you about that I scrimmed with. They were one of the teams that pushed us in for quite a bit, but we kept coming back. But now let's get to this tournament match as we're going to have opening hit. Best hit you could ask for. Oh, the charger comes in! Okay, it doesn't choose to charge Caution. So the charge spit is for Nye, and questionable call there. I don't know how I feel about that, Elliot. I think the charger dropped the ball.
lag,
As he fit.
lag coming out from Lucas. I wonder if that is true. Yeah, I agree. I think the charger definitely dropped the ball. He had a stumble from the jockey as well. If he turned around and charged the stumbled survivors, that could have been 2 or even a triple charge.
And they try to push through the gas station, but not able to make it. They were very close to Elliot. They're about 3 seconds out from bypassing this hit. One of the hardest choke points to blitz, I would say, with spawn timers at 14 seconds.
Smoker misses, charger misses. That is a shutdown by Aquilax. Boom is gonna land. Nice triple boom, actually.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to choose to hold spit. Maybe they try to stop on the run back if Aquilax chooses to retreat. Oh, I don't know here, Elliot. This tank at 38% inside the warehouse, I never see it go good for survivors if they fight it on the inside.
Yeah, I don't actually know exactly where 38% is. The survivors are taking all of the common. Aquilax playing very slow here.
I'm a reload.
I don't disagree with this, Elliot, because I've seen teams leave the commons in the back like this, spawn tank, run back, and then get common locked.
Yeah, the fact that they stopped and cleared all of those common does make me think that they probably do want to run back. Hunter spawned. Nice scheme by GDA. Charger misses, jockey gets shot down, and Aquilax firing on all cylinders here. Taking the hits well.
Not only taking the hits well, but one thing I always like to say, Elliot, it's one thing about being a great clearing team, which is always good, but the team that shuts down spawns before they land usually come out on top, and Aquilax are denying hunters left and right. I believe they only landed 1 so far during a regular SI attack, and that is not a good output for almost 1.5 chapters in my opinion. We'll see if they can switch it up, maybe stop targeting the shotgun player, as it seems like Aquilax is just on point right now as far as 1v1ing the hunters with their shotgun player.
It's definitely not a good idea to send hunters at DDA. He has absolutely no life at all, but he can pick on hunters. Some might think the two are related.
But second tank of the game for Fortune into the hands of Lucas. Let's see if those arms will be true when he said he's lagging. See if he gets those long. Oh, the hittable! It's out of play. And now he only has his dumpsters to play with.
Survivors are going back to the safe room. This is interesting. Most survivors like to take it up the road on the other side. The Aquilax choosing a different path. That bin is in!
That is
insane! Amazingly placed hittable.
He actually almost got somebody with that, Elliot. That's insane. Alright, Lucas. In danger of going away.
Jumping over! What is this? I've never seen this. They're AIing the tank. Oh my god, that is the slimiest fucking play I've ever seen, and it's AI!
Alright, so AI tank's gonna come in now. They're only gonna have 3 support. Unfortunate for the tank, he misplayed his play. Oh, they're juking the tank around the car. The smoker gets his pull. What is Ski coming out the charger? Not gonna capitalize, gets the charge. The tank is gonna get nothing. And this is gonna be a big swing in favor for Aquilax as the tank misplays it and AIs himself. Elliot, this is gonna hurt Fortune big time, as look at that bonus, 90% post-tank is detrimental.
Did you see what they did, MK? You know, I was talking about map knowledge. I've never seen that. The survivors jumped over the fence by the safe room to get to the other side. I've never seen that. I'm amazed. But also, AIing. iPad's playing Pos 1 Uzi, running around the corner. And you know what? It kind of works.
Spitter was not in position for that there, Elliot, and they dropped the ball. And right now, it comes into the morale of the team for Fortune. They had a no-hitter tank, and so far their SI seems a little discombobulated. They just got to get their mental game back in. They're killing for a better sack order here. I don't disagree with this, but they're going to have to wait an additional 20 seconds now before the next hit.
I hope that's what they were doing. That did look a little bit like a tilt smoke right there. But yeah, they've killed the boom as well, so they are going to get a spitter and a jockey with the charge hunt. So this is the highest damage hit you can get inside. They need to land it.
Yeah, let this be a lesson in competitive Left 4 Dead. Don't let your rage of your tank get too low to get divided by environment and the survivors. Because if you ain't looking at them, you're going to lose your tank, and that's a prime example of a Skeet coming out there while I'm trying to talk. This is incredible. Another Skeet coming out here, Elliot. And it definitely looks like Aquilax is firing on all 4 cylinders, just like you said.
Charger misses. Gets a couple of punches,
Jeez.
but that is another shutdown. Oh! Pat's not even going to bother killing the jockey. He's got places to be. Aquilax looking good. As the saying goes, MK, all is fair in love and war. And this is war.
Yeah, you just gotta be...
Thanks is par for the course.
Yeah, and don't... I always tell everybody, don't wait to second pass before your commit. And that's a good example right there, Elliot, why you don't do that. If he had 10% more, he would have been fine. That's all he needed, Elliot, was 10% more. But that was then, and this now. Boomer's going to sack out here. Again, they don't send spawns in just to attack. They just sack to get a better hit, which allows Aquilax to run this event probably about 50% of the event way to the button push-off.
There's going to be one more hit before the button. I mean, Aquilax have 1,300 bonus, MK.
And this chapter is very difficult to allocate points at the end. It's very long. The ending is quite difficult to navigate as well. Plus, you have the electric fence here. Hunter, oh my gosh, another ski coming out here. The charger misses, the jockey latches, and Aquilax, Elliot, they are about to put up a massive 2-chapter score. They might hit 3,000 points.
This is looking like a record breaker for map number 2. I don't think I've ever seen a team make it into the safe room with this much bonus. Now, there is, as you said, a fair bit of map left, but the way things have been going, I'd be surprised if they took more than 100 damage, or 100 bonus worth of damage on the remaining hits. Charger does land, another skeet!
Oh my... Elliot, I think that's 5 this chapter. I believe it's 5 skeets.
Right, I think the only hunter that's landed was when iPad ran around the corner with his boss 1. And that got instant cleared. It was basically no damage. So if you call, I mean, this barely even counts as landing.
Yeah, 1 damage clear. I mean, look, and the 1 tick from the spit is all they got from that pound spit. And now they're navigating into the building. This is probably the most favorable spawn location for cappers, and it's going to land the hunter. And who did it land on? To iPad again, taking point with the Uzi. Elliot, you called it once, and he did it again, and he forced to eat pills. And I think all the damage on this map, at least half of it, came on to iPad.
I think more than half. I think iPad's got places to be. You know, he's got a spot in a warm bed next to his wife, waiting for him, and he's got to get this map and match wrapped up real quick. Oh, that is another hunter landing, but that is 1,100 bonus in the safe room.
And that has got to be close to the highest chapter score I've seen on this map alone, being 1804. And there is a good chance.
Match, that might be the highest I've ever seen. Yeah.
That is 4 times 270 something. That is insane. 700 distance. And there is a good chance right now that Aquilax is going to put up more points on this chapter than Team Fortune will put up for 2.
I think you might be right. I mean, this is a pretty hard map for survivors. Map 1, fairly easy. Map 2, really quite hard. And I'm sure Aquilax won't let their tank get AI'd in the same way, so pressure is definitely on Fortune here.
Spawns up. Charger misspawns. The jockey goes into the safe room. Spitter is now lingering by himself. Hunter, they're undecided what they want to do.
Lands.
And the Spitter goes for a despawn.
It's just going to save for the charge.
Yeah, the
nice little 8 damage bounce from Caution.
I think the mental game is a little broken at the moment for the survivors, but
Reload.
Watch out.
a little questionable from the infected there, though, Elliot. They don't send everything. They just want to make sure they have a good hit for this
Everybody grab a weapon.
gas station, maybe?
I'm sure they'll go inside with the spit charge. I think you're right. When iPad missed his spawn on the charger, they just decided to save it. It's not... I don't dislike the call. I think having a charge here is really good for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Is he trying to spawn? Oh no, he is spawning around the vending machine. I thought he was trying to spawn behind them in the building. So he is in the corridor. They're going to try and pull Nick into the charge, and they are going to get it. C1 just pushing too far forward. Didn't respect, and that is a lot of damage. That's almost equalized the bonus. Aquilax had more bonus after the tank died than Fo7tune have right now.
And that is crazy. I mean, they have 83.1% bonus left, 280 points to be exact on top of the distance they gain. And like you said, the tank still has to be dealt with. Jockey gets melted, Boomer gets popped. Aquilax not full sending there. Not quite sure what that was. Maybe it's a sack order.
Charges pre-spawned. DDA. What is he doing? What is bro cooking?
One charger and a dream, Elliot. That's what it takes.
And he lands! That is -10 onto Ellis.
Reload.
He knew from the beginning,
on,
Elliot. He knew.
They're making DDA look good. Fo7tune, pull your socks up.
Second tank of the game for Aquilax into the hands of Caution. Look at Ellis. What?
They're not go. Hello?
What? I didn't even know you could get up there.
No, neither did I. So when I was talking about map knowledge earlier, both of these teams clearly know things about this map that I don't. Fo7tune have elected to play it inside the warehouse. Now, with Ellis up there, that is an awesome spot. He is just going to get smoked down.
It's AI Spitter. AI Spitter's holding for the commit. I love it. Go ahead, take their tank away. I'm sorry, Elliot. I took the other one. All yours.
Tank is rolling in. Caution chasing Coach and Nick. The jockey lands, gets the stumble onto Nick. And there's smoke on Ellis in the back. Nick does go down. Ellis isn't going to get cleared. Rochelle's going to come around, but I don't think they have time to get away. Run! Oh, Ellis is going to go down as well. And this tank still has so much health, MK. 3,000 health.
Oh, the spitter!
Oh,
The spitter! The AI
nice.
Spitter!
Body blocking them. Rochelle takes another punch. He's going to get another rock. And Coach is going to go down.
Might be a
Charger
wipe.
doesn't quite land. I think this is going to be a wipe. Another curve rock from Caution. This is just a frag vid right now. Oh, if he landed that one. But he is going to get the in-cap on Rochelle anyway. She tries to push the tank. 116 health remaining. They nearly killed it, but that's a wipe. And MK, that might just be the game. That is a 1,600 point difference.
It definitely is, and I gotta do a little history buff here, that this is the second time that I have been in a game with iPat where the AI Spitter helped out the tank. I'm no lie, this is the second time that it happened.
It's the other one, that Parish map 4 tank, where the Spitter spat on top of the boxes and got like 100 and something damage.
No, it was Pacifice 1, and it was Vanille's team playing against Frag 4, and the AI Spitter hits R-Wolf and corners himself, and they get wiped because of this. I remember it very clearly when it happened. It was
Shout out to R-Wolf.
Immortal, I forget the name of their team. I can't remember the name, but I remember it when it happened, and iPat was my co-caster when that happened. AI Spitter for the win, the second time, Elliot. Don't get to see it very often, but I love when the AI Spitter comes into play.
There's nothing new under the sun, MK, and we are going live here on map 3. Spitter, Smoker, Jockey, Charger. Good set for damage for the infected, and the survivors are going to go around the long way. I like this. Charger's pre-spawned, and now the survivors can just go back in front.
The Charger fell.
Yeah, Charger pre-spawned below. Oh, Jockey does land. Thank you, Josh. But at least
I don't think they're going to fall for that.
Oh,
Okay.
Ellis nearly ate it, but I think he would have been cleared anyway.
And I have to say, I think the mental game for Fo7tune right now is just not on par with Aquilax's momentum. They are just looking so dominant right now with their survivor gameplay, and they're infected, both sides.
Yeah, getting a tank AI'd like that into a no-hitter is rough, and then getting wiped yourself, that's going to be really damaging to anyone's mental.
But they're still sticking it out. They're not going to exit the gate early here. Let's see if they can capitalize on any death. Oh! The number continues to grow, Elliot, of skeeted hunters. We're gonna
Indeed it does.
we're gonna have an ending sequence that'll say this many hunters were harmed in the filmmaking of this match. I'll tell you that right now. There's quite a bit. DDA is close to double-digit skeets, Elliot. Wow.
Just that easy. Now, if only he could get a job.
Boomer?
I've got to keep him humble. Nice boom. Charges flying in. Doesn't work.
I believe that is what we call a Misty charge for the OG players here. Remember that?
Or a Zen charge for our Australian viewers.
Oh, shut up. I haven't seen Zen in quite some time.
He's still going strong. Doesn't play Left 4 Dead anymore, but I think that's for the best. Definitely for the best for him.
I'm just gonna say I agree with you. Hopefully he's doing well. Played with him quite some time. Jockey, what a rocket jock!
That doesn't count as a skeet, I don't think. After just flying into the water.
No, that's...
While we've been yapping, MK, Caution has taken quite a lot of damage. I don't even know exactly how or where. I think he took some spit coming up the stairs and then maybe got punched by the charge a couple of times. So, a little bit of damage coming out from the infected.
Yeah, Nick just strafe jumps down there. iPad took a little bit of damage from just jumping off the rooftop. Doesn't care about saving the 3 HP. Goes down to 94.
Yeah, he's got places to be.
Health is overrated in Left 4 Dead. Don't really need it, but down a capper.
1600 point lead.
Here it goes again. Are we gonna see another skeet? It looks like it.
I must admit, some of these hunters are making it a little bit too easy for the survivors. Oh, charge lands and the hunter does land, and that is a slam. That is 2 slams onto DDA, so all that waiting and baiting ended up resulting in a lot of damage. A little bit sloppy from the survivors.
Yeah, they literally just doubled down right there on damage in one hit. Which is kind of wild to say, but this will be the 3rd tank of the game for Fo7tune into the hands of whatever that says. And he's going to be bringing his cars into play.
I think we've agreed.
Tank in the hands of the tank? Is that how we would say it?
Yeah, tank in the hands of the tank. That's gonna land! Oh my god! Identity. I think someone must have called it out. If he didn't move, he was gonna get squished by that car.
Yeah, it can rain metal from time to time in Left 4 Dead, but that was pretty close. I thought he was gonna actually land it on top of the rooftop. I was gonna...
It's another good car. Both of these hittables are in a good spot. The survivors are gonna have to rotate around. Tank is only just now gone to 2nd pass, and that is a really good boom as well.
Oh, this could be dangerous for Aquilax. Yeah, this could be dangerous here, Elliot. He's going to make his commit here. He's going for a boom survivor. Not the greatest commit path, though.
Missed on identity.
One punch, charge lands. Another punch, the car alarm goes off, Elliot. He gets the in-cap while he eats the pills. Unfortunate for DDA. The tank is spreading the love, but he's going to meet his demise. And it looks like Aquilax will at least survive this tank as he decommits with 296 HP, playing with cars, and DDA will get picked up.
In. I don't know if it's even possible. It might be. No, it looks like he's given up. I think if you're the tank, you just want to die at this point, because having a 200 health AI tank is not very helpful. You'd rather have a spit.
And Aquilax should just hold W here. This smoker could be big. Oh, the smoker misses.
Well, it didn't go for it. It didn't even spawn. I don't know what happened with the smoke.
They shouldn't even kill the tank. They should just let it alive just so they don't get spitter.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Charger does get a bit more damage. DDA's going to walk into the tank. Turn around.
Oh.
2-cap lands.
You know, Elliot, I think if that tank doesn't throw a rock, he actually gets a hit.
I think so too, yeah. That was... I think you were right the first time. The call for the survivors there is definitely rush to the safe room while they have no spit. Anyway, they do kill the tank, they do survive, they do take a lot of damage though, MK, down to 340 bonus.
But I think the distance is what really matters more than anything. I don't say that very often, but when you have such a charger will land, Spit gets picked though, so no damage bonus will be thwarted after that as the jockey rides on to Nick for a little while longer. Pretty sure iPat wasn't happy about that, but they're gonna make safe room and still walk in with over 290 or 288 is what they'll get, Elliot. But a 3-chapter score of 3,556 is very impressive for carried off.
The Fo7tune are going to have a huge map here to have any chance of coming back on map 4.
And YingChunCup says he hasn't heard you so excited since the school holidays.
School holidays are an exciting time.
They definitely are. I try to be as optimistic as I can here, Elliot, but it looks like Fo7tune is going to have to put up a massive point delta in order to break into their point deficit of 2,500. And even if they keep it perfect, they only could put up 22 and change. So they can't even tie it up with a perfect chapter. Smoker.
Charger misses.
He tried to alley-oop the charger there, but unfortunately I think the Smoker hit M1 before the ridicule went red. We've all been the victim of that before, Elliot. Hate to see it, but sometimes it's just the way it is.
Yeah, he split the uprights straight down the middle with that charge.
And one thing I always talk about with a bonus in Left 4 Dead, since the pill bonus gives an additional 120 points, a 90.9 is probably the most optimistic for a perfect chapter because no one's going to get 100% in Left 4 Dead as the Boomer hits 2, charger misses. Hunter comes from the back very, very late, gets skeeted, and iPat
comes in later. And he lands!
And they do. And they almost get it down.
Damage. I think he got like two double scratches there. That's a lot from just one jockey.
Yes, it is. Down to 91.5, and they are literally 0.6 away from hitting that point delta I like to talk about, Elliot. 90.9, I'd like to say, is a perfect score. Anything above it, and very impressive if you can pull it off.
Boomer has pre-spawned.
Interesting.
Does land the one boom. This is kind of like a free pipe bomb though. Charge! Oh my god, the DC! Clip it and ship it.
And Elliot, it doesn't get any more textbook than that. For those that are watching, for new players, that is the way to get a death charge with a 2-2. Elliot, that is a thing of beauty right there. Can't call it any more than that.
Really, really well played by Aquilax. Poor coach was boomed, didn't know what was happening, and ended up going for an involuntary swim.
And nothing like being one boomed and dying with that other green survivors not boomed, not clearing you in time. I mean, it's just really unfortunate. And the sack even goes to do a quad. Aquilax is looking to end this right now, Elliot.
Reminds me of my pugs. I get boomed and things fall apart immediately.
Quad try incoming. Where are they going to send it? Here it comes. Smoker in the back.
Right here, right now.
Oh, the Hunter gets shut down. Oh, no wipe, Elliot.
Not yet, but it's looking
Wait a minute.
grim.
Smoker.
Is that a death jockey? Ooh, Identity nearly got the death jockey.
I don't think he angled it right.
I don't think the survivor always ledges, but if you in-cap him as you walk him off the edge,
okay, I understand.
That's what he was going for.
I was about to say, if they pull that off, you might as well just record the last 2 minutes because it was a perfect textbook finish by Aquilax if they did that. But here it comes, the Boomer from the back. Hunter pouncing around. The charger lands. It's a triple boom. Hunter, did he get stumbled out of midair from that Boomer pop? I didn't notice. It was really close.
I think he was already on the ground when he got stumbled. What is Ellis doing?
Ellis is not able to
help Lucas.
He is losing the battle with all of these comments. He's gonna take fall damage now.
Good God, poor boy is out here fighting his demons while his team is literally leaving him for dead.
Alright, the survivors are pushing forward, and now DDA is going to have a very, very difficult tank here to play to get this wipe, Elliot. I don't know how he's going to manage to work this. Survivors down to 98 bonus. And more important,
I've seen stranger things than DDA not wiping with this tank. But surely he does.
Gonna wait for his support and roll it in. And the only points they have left is on Rochelle. But I don't think Aquilax is really worried about that whatsoever. Would really be funny here, Elliot, if I could call this, is if all the cappers land and don't let DDA do anything. That would be really hilarious.
That would be quite fitting.
Oh!
That's one!
Are they gonna do it? Oh no, the skeet! He gets the rock, but this is gonna be the cleanup real easily, Elliot. There's one punch. Oh, he punches him across!
Lucas is back to the scene of his crash out.
Beautiful. Oh, he insta-killed him! And that will be the wipe, Elliot. 1331 against 3,556. Not looking good for Fo7tune whatsoever.
Not looking good at all. It was shaping up to be a very competitive game after map 1. I was quite impressed with how Fo7tune played their Survivor and Infected, really. But map 2 and map 3 have been a very different story.
Now coming up onto the finale of this tournament match and this chapter, or this campaign, as I love that add-on, by the way, that they could crawl on the walls. I don't know why, but it's amusing to me. But back to this finale, probably one of the more difficult finales to survive, Elliot, due to the fact that every single attack has a charge spit capability right around the corner.
Yeah, this is not an easy map at all. Possibly the hardest map in the kind of standard tournament map pool. Definitely one of.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's all indoor, it's all choke points. If the infected are good at sacking for spit charges, it's basically impossible to avoid damage.
Yeah, everybody knows the most difficult campaign to play in this is definitely Swamp Fever, as most spawns for everybody. Most challenging.
Love Swamp Fever.
Take it back. Charger misses. Spit spread. Ooh. DDA has a safe spot, barely under the stairs there, Elliot. Look at that.
Tucks away in his bedroom under the stairs.
Reloading.
Oddly enough, even though they haven't gone anywhere, that was 2 SI attacks. Pretty much right outside of the safe room. But they don't amount up to much damage whatsoever. Less than 5%. Hunter coming in, misses the door. Finally gets in. DDA doesn't get to skeet this time. Charger lands. There was no spit. Boomer
Chucky
riding.
Does get the clear with the boomer pop, but bit of damage onto DDA.
Yeah, actually they get more damage from that than the first 2 hits without a spitter. Usually odd, but they do.
They actually managed to land the spawns that time.
Yeah, the Hunter, probably the most important, at least for Fo7tune, because right now, Fo7tune is not able, or way less than 50% on Hunters right now, Elliot. Way less.
Yeah. Not even close. They do have another Hunter and a spit charge on this staircase. Charger pre-spawned so early. Didn't even try and let the Hunter land for him. I don't know why. Charger went in like that. But another pretty easy shutdown for the survivors.
You know, Elliot, I would have loved to see the Charger just charge the wall and then send the spit pounce in. I really would have, to guarantee their pound spit. I would have liked to seen it. A little bit of thinking outside the box here from Fo7tune to kind of throw Aquilax off their feet.
Creative SI. Yeah, I agree. Jockey looks like he wants to go for the reset.
And if you land this, Elliot, you go for a ride real quick. Is that a 13-shot Uzi ski from iPad?
Oh, Josh, DDA nearly getting reset by the charge, just clipping on the edge of those boxes. And takes another set of pills. Onwards and upwards.
Jeez. 13-shot Uzi Skeet. That's crazy.
It must have been through a wall. I don't think a hunter can survive 13 shots otherwise.
Yeah, unless he shot him in the toe from half the map, maybe. But that's impressive to get that. And alright, death charge possibility without a charger, MK. Good calling that out. So never mind, I take it back, but tank imminent.
It's a thought that counts.
They do land the hunter here. It looks like Aquilax lays up the hunter skeeting ability on this finale, but I can't blame him, Elliot. The close quarters do change the skeet abilities on the survivors, though, but
It's pretty tough to skeet. These corner pouncing hunters on 100 ping.
final tank of the
With that
game
said,
in the hands
Josh,
of
you
Mika.
suck.
Is he gonna do it? Strafe jump? No.
He's not. Not going for the style points. Boomer gets shut down. I think Boomer is very, very good on this tank if it lands. Fo7tune are going to go for the straight tri-cap, the all or nothing.
Can't disagree with. They need the wipe actually too. I mean, I already think the math has exceeded the possibility, but alright. Mika is in. DDA pops pills. He gets his first punch at 2300.
The identity was only... Oh, actually, that's really good body blocking by Nick, by DDA.
Oh, the melee
Melee
skeet!
skeet from iPad!
I'm down.
That absolute game saver, although that is a death onto... No, he's not going to die either! Wow.
I got you. I got you.
iPad going hero mode with the melee skeet, and
Thanks.
DDA
Rolling this
somehow
together, Nick.
didn't get death punched, the lubricated fuck.
How? I have no idea. I thought for sure he was dead, and iPad saves the wipe though, Elliot. That would have been a wipe. That would have been a tri-cap with tank, just like you said before commit.
I'll never doubt iPad again.
I was gonna say unless there's a hunter, but he already got the 13-shot Uzi skeet, so I don't even know if that's viable right now because he proved that wrong as well.
Yeah, iPad. I think both skeets that Aquilax have had this map have come from the POS 4, the 13-shot Uzi skeet and the melee skeet. Saving the day.
No shortcut from Aquilax. They choose to go down the hole. Don't strafe jump on the outside, which has proved disastrous the last two tournament matches we casted, Elliot. Both survivors hung themselves during that choke point, taking that shortcut, leading to a survivor death on both sides.
It's worth it for the style points.
It is. The only consequence is if you don't get it, you die.
Yeah, I mean, who's ever worried about that? Small consequence.
It's Left 4 Dead. You gotta live to the name of the title, so.
The infected are set up on the roof, MK. They are all in committing to this quad. They're giving the survivors basically the entire rest of the map. They're gonna have... This will be their final hit.
And that is a massive amount of common infected. My goodness.
Also, one other thing I want to point out. iPad's still on 100 health.
I'm a reload.
Oh my gosh, you were right.
I just noticed.
And he's going to try to keep that by hiding in the back. Jockey goes. They let Nick out. Hunter lands. iPad.
He's dead.
Yep.
He's got to be dead.
Oh!
Yeah, not at that time. See ya, cunt.
See ya.
Reloading.
Elliot coming out there with the comments, yo. Dead
Yeah,
dog below.
caster typing in all chat.
Minus 500 from the casters. We lose 500 points, though, for the shit talking, though. It's unfortunate, Elliot, for us, but...
It is worth it.
It definitely is. So they'll make every safe room, just not with everybody. And iPad will not make safe room with 100 health.
The important survivors made safe room, and that is Aquilax coming in with 4,558 campaign score. Quite a respectable score.
I mean, you know what this looks like. I'll set it in chat just privately to you. But you know what this does look like when you're screenshotting the points. What does this look like?
Looks like a few Survivor rounds I've seen over the years. A particular Blood Harvest game comes to mind.
Yeah, that's actually a good stat for iPad there, though. No friendly fire.
Yeah.
But putting up 4K on Carried Off is quite a feat in itself, Elliot, and very impressive showing from Aquilax. Also solidifying,
4.5.
and also solidifying that they have stayed in the winter bracket yet another week too. No loss means they're going to be safe for at least 2 more weeks. Hunter finds a target. I don't think there'll be any spit damage unless the boomer gets him off. And no, he will not.
iPad saved the spit, so Aquilax do have a good sack order. They're gonna have a charge, they're gonna have a hunter.
Reloading.
And they're not gonna have a hunter, I take it back. They're gonna have a charge, they're gonna have a jockey.
Reloading.
And the spit.
I like the jockey's location. Oh, what a 2-cap in the back, Elliot. That was beautifully done. They did the charge spit too, but that is about as textbook as the tri-cap comes in. Beautiful rolling tri-cap, double-digit damage coming out. Doesn't get any more textbook than that. And we said that many times this match already. Aquilax putting out the tutorial sheet for people on how to allocate great damage output.
Yeah, and I think that kind of does sum this game up. It really is just a little bit of a skill diff between these two teams.
Ooh, I think they're gonna go on the hole.
Death
Hello?
charge? No. But that's gonna
Hello?
be a 2-cap up top. It is a death charge. Oh no, they get the clear. But Coach and Ellis are gonna be alone. Coach needs to kill this charger and get the pickup before any more spawns come in. And Caution's up in 4, 3, 2, 1. Is he gonna get it in time?
Oh, the boom wore off too. Oh, they got lucky there. Spit block.
Like the survivors are coming. Nick!
What?
Nick came all the way back around and then dropped it there.
Oh man, Elliot, I'll tell you what. Oh, they get.
No. Oh no!
And they
then
get
Michelle comes in,
strike
she gets smoked. Here comes Nick. He's not going to do it twice, surely. All right, Nick is here to save the day, but Ellis is jockeyed in the back. Oh my god, what am I watching?
Oh my god. Nick is gonna jump through that hole 3 freaking times.
He flew in like a hero and then just immediately dropped down the hole again.
Oh, they just leave
And
him.
he's gone again. Left Coach. The wheels are well and truly off MK.
Charger not gonna land. They're getting separate. Oh, Jockey gets M2'd, so they're gonna salvage this actually, but the smoker pulls him in the spit. Rochelle gets the
Rochelle's-
clear.
And Coach has had enough, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, the GG's
GG's
come out.
come out.
I don't even know where to keep the camera right now because survivors are everywhere on the map.
Yeah, I've given up trying to keep track of it all.
But right now they're just gonna.
Cue the yakety sacks.
Yeah, they're just gonna finish it off with their crawl, and they might be able to crawl to tank. I don't know yet. Survivor laying on the bottom, and there.
Doesn't look good.
Yeah, that will finish it, Elliot, and that will be Aquilax getting the victory over Fortune, 45-58 to 1,591. GG's.